Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? I just ate some In-N-Out. It was delicious. My hands are full. That's why I have this horrible angle for you to look at. Look at these freaking balls on the ceiling. Those are from the Elf. I have not been showing you guys Elf on the Shelf moments, but yes, we are doing Elf on the Shelf thanks to Miss Jojo Siwa herself. She gifted us our first elf, and then Flynn was very devastated that he couldn't touch the elf this year. So luckily at one of my shows, one of you beautiful people gave me an elf along with other sweet gifts, and we told him that was an elf that he could touch. That one's named Mr. Elf Flynn Loves Maisie, and the other elf's name is Jojo, or just what he calls it is Elf We Can't Touch. So we've been putting those out every day. It smells like poop. I smell poop. Okay, we're about to go down for a nap. I never found out if there's poop. There probably is, I'm sure. There's always poop somewhere. What's this? Oh my goodness. Right here. What's in there? What's that? You get one more because we didn't do yesterday. Now here's today. Today's 19. Ooh, this one's cute, Maisie. This one right here. A Santa duck with a beard. And this one's just a cute little Santa duck with a scarf. Ta-da, good job. Hi guys, I'm driving. I'm not looking at you, don't worry, eyes on the road. I'm actually such a granny driver. First of all, I don't like driving, so I'm a super safe driver when I drive because I'm like so scared of driving. Is anybody else like that? I know that me and my sister-in-law Jessica, like we both agree that like driving is the worst. I hate driving. I'm in Eric's car and I don't know how anyone drives like him. I literally drive like up by the steering wheel like this, but his seat is like leaned like this. Like how do you drive leaned back like this? I feel like I'm supposed to be taking a nap or watching TV. I don't know how to move the seat up because I'm in Eric's car. I literally don't understand how to make it go up. I'm really dumb when it comes to car stuff. Anyway, I'm about to go to a place where I'm also dumb. I have to go to like a hardware store. And I'm not saying like, I'm like a dumb girl. I don't know anything about that. Like there are so many genius girls who know all about hardware stores and all the things that they entail. I am not one of them, but I have to go because I'm going to make a little light arch in my backyard so we can take our traditional Christmas pictures. So when I was pregnant with Flynn, the night before I gave birth to Flynn on December 9th, I took a picture at this like light archway thing in Los Angeles, and I didn't know I was gonna go into labor and have a baby. Like 24 hours later, I had Flynn in my arms, you know? The next year I was like, oh, it'd be cool to go back the day before his birthday and take that picture again now that I have him. And I just kept doing it. And so then last year I did it with the twins. Once both twins came home, it was like the day after Maisie came home, and I was like, we have to go take this picture. So now obviously we don't live in LA, and I'm not driving to LA just to get that photo. So we have a little archway in our backyard, and some of you actually in the comments were like, hey, you should put lights on that and make that your traditional picture. So thank you, you geniuses, because that's what I'm gonna do. I have lights, but I don't have an extension cord that will reach from there to our plugs, you know? So I'm going to the hardware store to get the longest extension cord known to man. And I'm also going to pick up some pictures that I got printed at CVS. That's what I'm doing right now, but I need to focus on driving. So I'll talk to you guys later. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I just went to the hardware store and I found battery operated outdoor lights. So I didn't need to get a huge extension cord. I got one anyway, just because I feel like Eric needs one, or we need one. I guess not Eric, it's like us, we need one. But anyway, I found these battery operated ones, and I gotta say, the store was cool. I've only ever popped into like Home Depot type stores for something quick and not really looked around, but since I had to like kind of look around, I was like, wait, this store is really cool. They have lots of cool things. So shame on me for just being like, ew, a hardware store. I would hate that. Like I didn't even truly give it a try. And I like wanted to be in there for like an hour and look at everything. It was very fun. I'm a changed woman. I love a hardware store. Okay, so I've run my errands and now I'm heading home. Sometimes when I'm out and about, you guys will come say hi to me, and I love it. I always get so excited when you say hi, and I just love seeing you face to face because I spend every day like talking to a camera, so it's nice to see human beings and like talk to people. Anyway, that happens sometimes when I go out, and I love it. And just now, I was in Target. A couple people inside of Target said hi, and they were lovely.
Oh my gosh.
In front of me are two kids riding an e-bike in the middle of the street. They're on the same e-bike. Like there's two kids sitting on one e-bike driving in the street. I don't know how e-bikes work. Are they supposed to drive in the street? It just seems unsafe. They're not wearing helmets. The mom in me is having a heart attack a little bit right now. Anyway, and I was getting into my car. A woman shouted out from her car. She was driving in the parking lot, and she's like, Colleen, and I turned around and said hi, and she was like, oh, thank you for your videos. And I was like, oh, thank you. What's your name? And we were kind of talking. And then she said, I just wanted to say say thank you for what you do, because we were pregnant at the same time and I almost died during my pregnancy. And she, like, her eyes filled with tears, and I just wanted to hug her. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to cry while I'm driving, but I was like, no, thank you for sharing that with me, and thank you for, like, you know, all the people who watched my vlogs while I was pregnant or in the NICU and shared their stories with me are what got me through those times. And then whenever I hear that, like, there are other women struggling with similar things to me or going through such difficult times, like, pregnancy sucked. Like, it was the worst, but obviously it was completely worth it because I got my amazing children, and I would do it again in a heartbeat for them, obviously. But to hear that there are other people out there who are struggling and felt alone and could feel less alone, and that's part of the reason, one of the biggest parts I share my journey at all with anything in life, is because I want to feel less alone. And it's nice for me to hear from other people like that, and hear that, like, that just made my day, but also made me feel so horrible for her that she had such a terrifying pregnancy, and I just wanted to hug her. But she was in her car and we were in the street and there was people behind her car, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I just want to hear your whole birth story, I just want to talk to you. But she had to go because we're in the middle of the parking lot. But I just want to say to anyone who says hi to me when I'm out and about, I love it. I think you are so sweet, and thank you for saying hi to me. It always makes my day. I don't know, I really love it, and moments like that mean the world to me. It means so much to me. It's obviously means so much to read the comments and read you guys telling me your stories, because that helps me through so much. But even just hearing her say that made me feel less alone, even though I'm not pregnant anymore. But just knowing that, like, there are other people who are struggling with pregnancy too, because a lot of time I felt so guilty when I was pregnant that, like, I wasn't enjoying it, and that it was so hard for me, and it felt unfair that it was easy for other people and so awful for me. And I felt so angry that I was so miserable during my pregnancies, and I was so depressed and was in so much pain. And so to hear that there are other people out there who had rough pregnancies too and felt less alone through my videos, and they helped me to feel less alone through them too. Anyway, I don't really have a point to saying this other than just, like, thank you if you ever say hi. It means a lot to me. And even if it's just like, hi, can I have a picture? Or if it's like you telling me something personal like that, like, whatever version of it, it's always very sweet to say hello to you guys. So thank you. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go focus on driving and not crying. Darn it, the sun is setting. I'm not gonna be able to finish this tonight, but I'm at least gonna get started. Okay, we've got the first one hooked up. Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna turn it on. Oh no, it's colored. I wanted white. Oh no. What a surprise. It's not what I wanted. Let's test this one and see if this one's colored. It's not, it's white. This is what I want. Guys, I did it! Look! Obviously there's colored ones on this front one right now that don't match, but I didn't want to take them off, so look. Now we can take our traditional family photo, even though we're not in LA. Isn't that awesome? It looks so good, I'm so excited. Flynn, you gotta come see this. I have a present for you. I got you your very own red flashlight. It's a powerful one. And we have to go on an adventure outside because there's a magical light tunnel. Do you wanna come see? Yeah. You gotta put on some shoes. Okay, Flynn's gonna lead the way. Where is it? How do we get there? How are we gonna get there, Flynn? Are you excited? Yeah, you excited? What do you think?
Cool.
Do you like it?
Yeah, go through it.
Okay, go through it, dude. What do you think? What do you think, Wes?
Oh,
wow. Wow. What do you think, Macy? What do you think? Is it pretty? Is it pretty, Macy?
Yeah, how are they on, Mama?
We're eating dinner, and something wonderful about Wesley is he eats with his pinkies up. And it's very cute, I want to show you. Pinkies up, dude. Pinkies up. Are you eating a quesadilla? Is that yummy? Pinkies up. How's a quesadilla? Pinkies up. Maisie here gets real jealous if Eric tries to cuddle me. Gets real upset about it.
Cuddle, cuddle, cuddle. Ow, ow, ow.
Maisie, be gentle.
Cuddle, mommy.
Gentle.
Cuddle. 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 Ow, ow.
Daddy cuddling mama? Oh. Hi, Maisie Joe.
Mama, cuddles, cuddles.
Daddy's cuddling mama.
No.
She's like, get off mama. Babies are asleep. I didn't do the photo tonight with the arches. I just put up the lights. And now I want to do it to every tree and every branch in my entire backyard and front yard because it looks so pretty, but it would be very expensive, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I have a bunch of packages to open, which are all Christmas presents, I'm sure. So I don't know if you guys even want to see that or if I can even show you any of that, but I'll open and then I'll let you know what I find. Okay guys, it's 2 in the morning. I'm wrapping presents. Okay, a couple little helpful tips and tricks if you want some for our Christmas wrapping. First of all, I stole this tip from my sister-in-law Jessica. This year I'm putting pictures of people instead of like name tags. So it's Eric Flynn on there. I'm doing that so that way Flynn can pass out gifts because he can't read yet, and that will help him to be excited about giving. But also, when I Christmas wrap, I like to add little diddly doobs to like make my gifts look more like fancy, you know? So like here's a diddly doob, but it's kind of annoying to like wrap string around it and tie the string to it and get it to stay. So I use hot glue. I have these bows and they come like this. And you have these little strings and you just go and makes this big beautiful bow. Now his present looks all like super duper fancy. Anyway, and I recycle my diddly doobs. Some of these are from like 10 years ago. When we open presents, we have a pile of trash, and we have a pile of recycle, and we have a pile of diddly doobs. I'm gonna put my presents in this basket and I'm gonna hide the basket. I'm gonna answer a couple Tortilla Talk questions. Alyssa said, Tortilla Talk, hi Colleen, I have a friend who just had her baby 2 months early and she's in the NICU. Breaks my heart to see how difficult it is for her. We live on a mountain. Hospital is about an hour away. Is there anything you can suggest that I do for her to help her through this hard time? Unfortunately, her baby girl will be in the NICU for Christmas and I'd love to do something nice for her. Everyone is different, so I can't speak for your friend. First of all, if anyone said like, can I come visit? Can I come help you and like come visit? That was stressful to me because I felt rude to say no to people coming to visit me, but I didn't want people to visit. I just wanted to focus on my babies. I'm not saying don't visit your friends. Some people need the visit. Some people need like the friend time. The most helpful thing to me, looking back on my NICU days, my mom would like wash my dishes and wash my clothes. She didn't ask for it. She didn't ask to do it. I didn't ask her to do it. If anyone asked me what can I do to help, I'd say nothing, I'm fine. I had no mental capacity to even think of what I needed help with, and I would never ask someone for help. So the fact that my mom just like did my laundry for me and like helped clean up the house and wash my dishes and stuff like that was so helpful. And then Eric's parents came to visit and his dad cooked us dinner every night. He didn't ask what we wanted to eat. He didn't ask if we wanted dinner. He just did it. And it was incredibly helpful. And I'm like a picky eater and all this stuff. And I would eat anything he put in front of me because when your baby's in the NICU, you're not thinking about yourself at all. You're not thinking about you. You're only thinking about that baby and getting that baby home and being with that baby, or in my case, babies. My mind wasn't thinking about eating. It wasn't thinking about showering. It wasn't thinking about cleaning. It wasn't thinking about literally anything except for just being with my kids. Something that stressed me out a lot around Christmas time was getting presents wrapped. You could offer to wrap her presents, or you could offer to clean her house or wash her dishes, and not even be like, can I come do this? Be like, hey, when's a good time for me to come over and wash your dishes? I would love to come and wash your dishes or wash your laundry. When's a good time for me to come over and do that? I will come over anytime that's convenient. You know, like anything that you can do like that, because if you ask like, what can I do to help? Chances are they're just gonna be like, nothing, we're good. There's no room in the brain to even think about a favor. You know what I mean? I think it is so sweet of you that you want to help your friend. I love you for that so much. People who were there for me and like cleaned up my house, ran errands for me, and like got me food, stuff like that, like lifesavers. Yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, I've got to hide these presents. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, I was talking about the elves earlier today in the vlog, about how I never talk about elf on a shelf or whatever. We have big drama. The elf that you can touch, not the regular elf on the shelf, but the elf you can touch, Mr. Elf, Flynn Loves Maisie, that elf is missing. It's been missing for a couple days and it is devastating to Flynn. And I think this is one of the reasons why the elf on the shelf is something you cannot touch, because that way the elf cannot disappear, because it has definitely disappeared and we cannot find it, and Flynn is really upset about it. So I just went on a little goose hunt looking for it. I don't know where it is. He must just be hanging out at the North Pole or something. And every morning, even though Flynn can find the elf that you cannot touch, he still is just so stressed that he cannot find the elf that you can touch. That's big drama in our house. Anyway, there's one other question I wanted to answer from Tortilla Talk. I gotta do this quickly. It is 2 a.m. Ali said, Tortilla Talk, how do you continue gentle parenting when you're tired, frustrated, or having a bad day? I hope to be a mom like you one day, and even babysitting when I'm tired or having a bad day and being a gentle parent seems so exhausting. Love you. Great question. I don't gentle parent in those moments, unfortunately. I wish I could be patient 24/7 and always be like, tell me how you're feeling, and like, let's discuss this and let me explain in detail why this is not okay. Like, I wish I had the patience and the time to be like that all the time. But I'm a human being parenting and life is life. And so I don't do that all the time, unfortunately. I try to be as patient and as gentle with my kids. I don't like that it's called gentle parenting though. Gentle implies that it's like tiptoeing around their feelings. And like, to me, I just think of it as like treating my kids like human beings with emotions, you know, instead of being like, well, I'm the parent and you're the kid and I'm smarter than you, so do everything I say. It's more like if they're getting frustrated and acting up, to me being like, fine, then you don't get this toy, and taking a toy away or something like that isn't going to be helpful in that scenario if I just like take something away or do discipline without explaining what's going on or why I did something or whatever. Because me as an adult, like if I'm frustrated and angry and kind of like acting, you know, frustrated and angry, if Eric were to be like, I'm taking your phone away, that would not make me feel better. That would not help me. That would make me more angry and more upset, which is what happens if we ever don't use like gentle parenting techniques or whatever. By the way, I've never like looked up gentle parenting and been like, how does this work? And like really like analyzed it and like, I'm gonna be a gentle parent. It's just like Eric and I have always kind of like gone with the flow and just tried to like be like parents who encourage expressing feelings and encourage explaining feelings and explaining what's going on. So if Flynn gets upset, we don't go, no, don't whine or be upset. We go, can you explain to me what's going on? And that way he can say, I'm frustrated because of blah, 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 as opposed to like, no, stop doing that. Why are you screaming or why are you crying? We'll just be like, can you explain to me what's going on? So it's not like I'm like, oh, my little baby, I'm so gentle with you. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? What's going on? Can you explain to me? You seem frustrated. You seem angry. Can you explain that to me? Anyway, that was not your question. Your question was, how do I do that all the time? And I don't. I definitely have breaking points where I do go like, hey, stop whining, you know, or like, no, you can't play with that right now, without explaining why. Or, you know, like I definitely have those moments. I get tired. I'm human. And like, I totally have those moments. And for me, I usually catch it and I'm like, I apologize. So like an example, I'm going to tell you when I have made a mistake. A couple days ago, Flynn and Wesley were playing. I turned my head for a second and then I heard Wesley screaming and I turned around and saw that they were both fighting over a truck. Like they were both pulling a truck and Flynn was not fighting him or like being rude or anything. He was just like holding onto it, staring at him, and Wesley was screaming. And I said, Flynn, stop, give him the truck. You need to share, which was completely the wrong reaction to that situation. And Eric said, actually, Flynn was playing with that truck and Wesley's trying to steal it from Flynn. And so then I asked Flynn to come over to me and I sat him on my lap and I said, I'm sorry that I just snapped at you. I kind of was not very nice in how I spoke to you. I'm really sorry about that. I made a mistake and I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't mad at you. I wasn't upset with you. I didn't know what was going on. And I'm really, really sorry about that. Will you forgive me? So like whenever I make mistakes like that, I just like try to apologize to my kids and let them know that I made a mistake and I was wrong. So that's what I do. And I know I'll probably get like some people give me hate for that, but whatever, that's the truth. Like I'm not gonna be a perfect person and I'm definitely not a perfect mom. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I think that's parenting, is you don't know what you're doing half the time. But I just try my hardest to like be patient with my kids when I can, and when I'm not patient and I lose my cool, like I just make sure that I apologize and give them extra love and cuddles and say I'm sorry and explain what I did wrong and ask them how they're feeling and, you know, just do it that way. So that's kind of what I do. There's no guidebook to parenting, and every parent, every child needs different parenting. The way I parent Flynn might be different and probably will be different from how I parent Wesley and Maisie. We've always just kind of gone with the flow with Flynn and see what works best with him. And with Flynn, he works best when we explain what's going on, you know, explain why you cannot play with something or why you cannot touch something or why something was a wrong choice or why something was not a good decision or is a good decision or is good for you or is not good for you. We like explain things, because if we don't explain it, we just like say, no, you can't do that. It's a disaster. But if we explain it to him, then he totally understands and is totally down for the betterment of his health and life, if that makes sense. Anyway, I make mistakes all the time. I mess up all the freaking time. Everyone does. Like, we're human beings. I think the important part is to like recognize if you mess up and then apologize for it and fix it. And I will continue to mess up. I'll continue to make lots of mistakes. My goal is to just be as patient as I can with my kids and explain things to them as best they can so that they understand. Yeah, does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like I just talk in circles. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.